Well, hello there. That was interesting. So sorry. Don't know what went on. Shouldn't have played the intro at all. And then, mm-hmm. Oh, my. Hi. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I got all kinds of reverb, no sound. Hello. Can you hear me now? Whoa. I don't know what's going on, folks. I may actually have to redo the stream. Okay, before I leave, can you hear me now? Change microphones. Yeah, I've got like a 10-second delay. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Let me try to fix it. Okay, so can you hear me now? Microphone, are you working? Hello. Okay, hi guys. I maybe fixed it. I don't know. I undid all my microphones and turned this one back on. And I'm not getting feedback now. Oh, awesome. Hi, Laylo. Awesome. Yay. Cool. I don't have to restart or go retype it all. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know what that was all about. I know that Victoria was having problems on their live just a little while ago. So I think maybe it's a StreamYard thing, but isn't it always? Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Sadly, I will say I am not as prepared as I wanted to be today because I've been busy doing my other two new shows for September and October. And this one kind of snuck up on me because I was thinking it was next week and it isn't. So, hi, how you doing? So it won't be the major grand opening I was hoping to do, but I did get a box of cards from Hay House that I want to open. And on my desk here, you can see I have a lot of books. I read a lot of stuff. And I might as well just get right into it because I know half the people of the world don't like tarot. Okay, not for you. I get it. Not a problem. I don't see tarot the way, like you do at a fortune teller or whatever. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't talk to dead people. I don't summon spirits. I look at cards with pictures that have been assigned meanings. And I am of the belief that I am tapped into the energies of the universe or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I know stuff. I don't know why I was born that way. So I find that when I play with these cards, they help give me clarity. Do they give me answers? No. But my deal is we already have the answers. Sometimes it's just a matter of asking the question and listening to someone else's point of view or seeing it, outside the box or whatever. And it just helps you move forward. Now, I'm also a firm believer that everything is energy. I mean, they kind of taught us that in science class, so, and the soul, they say you can't destroy or create energy. So there's your soul, and it just keeps on going. And I do daily devotionals on my other channel. I have a link for that right there in the bottom, and there's a Bible verse for you too. So no, it's not an anti-God thing, folks. It's just my way to deal with trying to figure out what's going on in this world that we live in, and I find it very interesting. I've been interested in astrology and astronomy since I was a kid. And, you look at your astrology and people say, oh, self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, what about when you look at it like 3 days after the fact and you're like, wow, that actually happened? You know why? Because God put all this stuff together and there's like little clues for us to help figure it out. You can use just the Bible, but in my opinion, you're really limiting yourself because there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there. Now, don't be going out there devil worshiping and sacrificing things, and I don't even know what all that's about, but that's not what I do. So I'm just here and I play and I'm interested in it. Knowledge is power. Do I use it for bad? No. Do I cast spells? No. I don't know. You guys got any questions? Because I'm happy to answer them. I'd rather do it now than later. And I wasn't kidding. And if you read the description, if you're an idiot in chat, even if you're one of my really good buying customers, I'm blocking you. So don't do it. Just don't. If it's not for you, go watch Ella. She's on. She's selling cool stuff. I bought something from her this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just chill, enjoy this. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to get into numerology. I'm going to see if I can find my color book. I've always been fascinated by psychology. When I was in college, I took a class about, there you go. See, now I'm old in my brain. That was like a long time ago. I got to reach back into those dusty files. Color therapy and how colors affect people. I find all of this very fascinating. And I think if you connect astrology, just like they're doing with the pyramids, they, instead of just the dudes that dig in the dirt, they went and talked to the astrologers and the archaeologists and the scientists and the anthropologists, and they started putting all this stuff together and like, hey, do you see a pattern going on here? I'm a pattern person. I'm a Virgo. I see things that other people don't see because, I don't know, I'm born OCD. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying. I notice things other people don't notice. Always have. I find 4-leaf clovers. And I think it's a pattern recognition in my brain. It's not conscious so much as it's just who I am. So I just mix it all up together, and I'm not telling anybody to do it, to like it, to don't like it. This is who I am. This is what I do. I read the Bible and I play with tarot cards. And guess what? It's not on you to tell me. It's on God. If I'm screwing it up, He's going to let me know. So far, I've been doing this since I was 16, on and off over the years. He hasn't smacked me upside the head yet anytime I've touched the cards. So, there you go. Just needed to get that out there before I even started playing, you know. So, yes, please, I am happy to answer questions. And I will do some readings later, free readings. But eventually, my readings will be charged. And online, guys, when I'm here, I'm not getting into your private business. I'm not doing it. It doesn't belong out online. Okay, so I'll cover the basics. I will give you some good info. You want more in-depth stuff? Message me. My email's on the bottom of the scrolling across. It'll get there eventually. I just had to put some stuff up, you know. And in the description below, and my jot form, and my buy me a BALE or a book or a BALE, which is buy me a coffee. That's how you will pay for the oracle and tarot readings. So any questions? Let's see. I probably shouldn't play with this. I was going to play a little background music if it'd be nice. We'll see. All right. I don't want it too loud, but, you know, just a little music. I'm going to be opening the box here, so Hay House. I don't know if you guys are familiar. They're a publishing company. And I'll get my books out of the way so I can show you. I'm in a tarot card club. So 4 times a year, they send me a box with goodies in it, and it's always fun to open. So I thought, being this is my grand opening, why not open something, right? All right. So yeah, these are just a few of my books. You know, like I said, I'm into all of it. Astrology, I have numerology books, tarot, archetypes. I might dig into this one a little bit later. It is September. It is Virgo season, and the Virgo archetype is caretaker. Maybe we'll read some of that. Y'all interested in learning about your archetype? Come on back once a month and we'll look yours up. How's that? I don't know. Let's have fun. What do y'all want to know? I'm not really just like here to make money and read cards. Oh, in order to put my books. Hang on. I have packages to go out. One of them is Regina's, and one of them is my husband's Pew Pew, which needs to go back and get something fixed. I don't know. I have to box it up for him later. I have a strange assortment of things on my counter. Can I tell you? You know, packages incoming, packages outgoing, and Pew Pews. And on my desk, tarot cards. Why not, right? I still haven't figured out. I'm a little not normal. So here's my box from Hay House. Hayhouse.com. I don't think I put that link in. But, you know, hayhouse.com. That's pretty easy. Hay, like, you know, Hay. They have all kinds of, like, self-help books, not just tarot. They have all kinds of really good books and stuff there. I've sent some to people. They have a lot of journals, which is cool. They're always having sales. So you guys can see really good. I can't. All right, well, we got some paper. Set that aside. And the box. Sneaking out behind the light and the torch for the camera. All right. Card deck by Hay House. And I think this is like $25 or something. And if you were to buy individual decks, they're between usually $10 and $25 each. So, it's not a bad deal. Now, I don't necessarily, that's why I have so many tarot cards. It's not because I got them all because I picked them. And I may actually sell some of them because they're not my thing. So you get this nice little card, the Golden Thread. This must be one of the cards in the box. The Inner Temple Oracle, a 44-card deck and guidebook. Trust Your Vibes Oracle, a 50-card deck and guidebook. The Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle, a 48-card deck and guidebook. Seesaw and Orchid Scented Diffuser. Ooh, nice. May this autumn bring you clarity, courage, and confidence in your soul's wisdom for the path ahead. Wishing you a golden season. The editors at Hay House. So, it's fun to get a nice little box. I mean, not like we all that sit around on auctions don't get boxes on the regular, but shredded paper. Oh, here we go. See what this is. Nice. So that's fun. Sometimes you get prizes. You never know what's going to be in the box. All right. Fairy Tale Heroine. Trust Your Vibes. That one looks fun. Stay. And all right, let's move the box of shred. The Inner Temple Oracle. That's where that big card came from. Pretty cool. I like this one, though. Let's open this one. Very carefully. I think I got it started. Very colorful. The other thing I have to figure out, and hopefully y'all be patient with me while I do it, is which cards work well on camera, because I know a lot of tarot cards are too shiny. You can't see them. Right. Pretty. Ooh, slippery. There you go. That's a good one. Find your people. I don't do readings with new decks because I like to get to know them, check out the book, see what it is they're trying to say before I decide if they're for me or not. This is a nice looking deck, huh? It's pretty. Who's that? Bring joy. Bring in the joy guides. All right. Work with your healers. This one, I'm going to leave this one out because actually, this is something I was thinking about today. Be grateful. Sometimes we just need that reminder. Let's put that one right over here by Be Kind, huh? Doug and I have both been teetering with the struggle of staying in the present. And when I was out feeding this morning, just took a deep breath because I'm like, I got to go online. I got to do this. I'm not ready. I don't have all my stuff going, stressing out, right? Because, well, Ellen, you bit off more than you could chew again by deciding you can just throw out 3 new shows and get started, right? So I just took a big, deep breath and I hugged my horsey and I started looking around. And lately we've had haboobs with big dust storms. And luckily they've been followed by rain, which is always wonderful because, otherwise we're just hacking and coughing and getting sore throats. And Regina, I hope your throat is feeling better and you don't actually have strep. Miss Regina has grandkids that gave her germs. And I was just like, yeah, this is it. This is why I'm here. I remembered why we moved to Arizona again. You know, you forget because, like, we first got here, it's all, you know, new and exciting, and we were doing okay. And, you know, we didn't have a lot of money, but we were all right with it. And, you know, then we got more comfortable. And then, you know, it seems like the more you get, the more you want. And then you're like starting to feel dissatisfied. It's like, okay, whoa, slow down, back up. Because you know what? When you were living in Connecticut and not making it paycheck to paycheck, paying minimum balances on your utility bills, struggling every day and knowing that it wasn't going to get better in Connecticut, the taxes have just gone up and up and up, and the rules and regulations have gone up and up, and it's why we left. And we're here, and we forget to be grateful that we're here, that we're doing it, that life is this good, that we really are not in need of things. We are healthy, we are happy. Life can be a daily grind, but, you know, for me and my animals, y'all know, they bring me peace. They bring me back to reality. They keep me grounded. You know, it's like when you have small children, you don't always necessarily get to enjoy that because you're busy working and keeping food on the table and making sure all their forms are filled out for school. And I don't know, you know, pick a thing. Kids, they come with a lot of stuff, right? Well, I don't have the kids now, but I have the animals. I mean, if I didn't have them, I could get up at noon. Who cares? Doug went to work. I'm here. Nobody needs me for anything, right? Because the kids are gone, house taken care of, hubby's working. What am I doing? What's going on with me? Well, these animals really, I am a Virgo. I am a caretaker, and they give me a real sense of purpose. And most of them are rescues. So I feel good that I've done something good, and they give back to me. I have gratitude for that. I was very grateful this morning out feeding hay and hugging my horse and looking at the sky and just enjoying nature and breathing. And I was and knowing that it's okay. And I know everybody is not okay, but I am, and I need to be grateful for that. And I do hope that you find things in your daily life that you are grateful for, that, you know, we just take for granted, which it happens, you know. Just got to take that step back and have gratitude. So, all right, let's open the inner temple and see what's going on in that box. These are all oracle decks. They did not send me any tarot, just oracle this time. I like oracle decks. They have a lot less stigma attached to them, because anybody can make an oracle deck, and a lot of times what they are is self-help. It's not so much, you know, the occult. But, you know, the word occult, it means hidden. It doesn't mean evil. It just means hidden. There's a lot of good stuff they've hidden from us, folks. Don't forget that. Your soul knows the way. Deep within you exists a portal of peace and wisdom. Your inner temple. It's a place of rest, healing, and creativity. This activating 44-card oracle will support you and reconnect with the portal and form a deep relation with the wisdom of your soul. As you work with its 4 unique suits, you will receive guidance on what is true for you and the next action to take. Well, that kind of goes along with my philosophy. It's not about... That's pretty, huh? Hey, Ella, how you doing? Hey, girlfriend, I'm playing with tarot cards. Don't get scared. It's okay, I promise. The temple is within. Well, that's what I was just saying. You got to go inside, find that peace. If you don't have it inside, you're not putting it out, and that doesn't really help you move forward, you know? How cool. So, this one Set your card like that so you can display it for the day and keep your wisdom in front of you. Well, girlfriend, you make sure you get some food, huh? I just can't believe you moved and you sold all the way through your move and after, and you're still moving. You're an amazing woman. You really are. Really an amazing woman. So yeah, these all come with guidebooks. And like I said, I don't do readings with new ones because I like to see what the author of, especially oracle cards, I mean, tarot cards are basic, but, oracle cards can be about a lot of different things. And what their intention is prior to me using it, I just like to know. Like I said, some I like, some I don't. This one looks interesting, so I'll have to check that one out. Ooh, knocking over gratefulness over there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the thing with these boxes. They like to go in perfectly straight. All right, let's do it this way. Let the ribbon help me. There we go. Well, kind of, sort of. There we go. Right. Just leave that all together. And the Fairy Tale Heroine with Sharon Blackie. Interesting, based on classic fairy tales. I don't like to damage the boxes if at all possible, so I try to be real careful when I open them. And all these boxes have been different. How does this one open? It feels magnetic. There it is. Stories are spells, they change things. May they and the images you encounter in this deck offer sound guidance for your heroine's journey. Yeah, those bills, man, they kind of get in the way. Keeping everybody busy and hopping. And that's why hubby's still working. But nonetheless, I would have been eating ramen noodles and crying, unlike you who just kept on keeping on. So, pretty backs. I like that. What do we got? Yeah, see, a card like this, it says spinning. Not exactly sure what their meaning is for that. Doesn't mean much to me. A witch's cottage. I suppose there would be witches when you come to fairy tales. Fairy godmothers. Ooh, the devil. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Look, you show up and this is what I pull. There you go. That's a much better one. Yeah, I'll have to look into this one. I don't know. Fairy tales, they are way more than people think too, so... Sometimes, more, I guess, rhymes are more political, but a lot of fairy tales, boy, yeah, they have some deeper meanings than people want to think about. But in the meantime, y'all, give it a go and be grateful. Be grateful. All right. Oh, knocked over my ducky. All right, I want to put that back so I don't lose it. What they use this for. I'll have to look this up. Sea salt and orchid. It appears to be a light oil, so it's probably just a scent. Yeah, that's fun. It's always fun to get boxes in the mail now, isn't it? So, let me see. Oh, that's what I didn't do. I gotta grab the cards that I was hoping to be able to use. Of course, they're on the bottom and the back. So give me a second. Oh my goodness. I've buried them. haven't been using my cards lately because I've been playing with jewelry instead. Alrighty then. Let's see if this is the set I was thinking about. Yeah. Here we go. The tea leaf fortune cards. I like these. There's a lot of them. Alright. We have months of the year. Obviously, 12. We have ginormous stacks of tea leaves. And I just find them fun. And then we have the astral houses. So, what I will do is I will do readings for people if they are interested. Free readings today. These are just little fun readings. And what we will do is we will pick a tea leaf to see what kind of energies are going to be surrounding you for the rest of the year. Oh, can't see. Sorry, guys. There you go. And we will see what area of your life it will affect and when you should expect it to happen. Now, what we'll do is we will ask the cards to give us that information. But what I need from you is to think about your question. You don't have to tell me the question, because I'm just going to give you some information about, you know, your situation, so we can just do it that way. You don't have to have any details. I don't like having people's details out there online, you know? So if anybody would like to know what's going to be going on with them, or, you know, because there are 12 months, which may not, you know, you may not get it in 2025. It may happen next year. The energies that are going to be surrounding you to give you some kind of insight, change of life, something on the bigger scale that, you've been thinking about, that you want. No, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Is it a good energy? Is it a bad energy? Ooh, sorry, knocked over my light. Kicked my cord. There we go. Anybody interested in some cards? Well, I will do one for the general population. Let's see. How shall I phrase this? Get straightened up here. Come on, focus up. Sorry, maybe my light's too bright. That's a little better. All right. So, there's a lot of here to shuffle. Gonna give me a minute to get them shuffled up. Whoa. All right, you guys are going into this pile to get shuffled then. You want to go jumping around. All right, so my question is, what are the general energies going to be for the next, let's just say, for the rest of the year, through 2025? When should we all be expecting some kind of major life change to go on in the United States? Let's just keep it, local and all, right? And what area of our life is it going to affect the most? Let's get these all all mixed up good. There's, I think, 200 tea leaves here, folks. We get a little wieldy to deal with. Unwieldy, I guess, was proper. All right, start there. All right. So, what energies should we be expecting for the rest of the year here in the United States? Cobweb. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. Well, that's nice. Let me see, guys, if this will help you to see them better or not. I'm not sure. There we go. So, good to know. We're going to be protected from forces beyond our control for the rest of the year. Can't go wrong with that one, right? So, when should we be expecting a major life change? Like, when will these forces beyond our control be showing up? How about if we ask that, huh? In May. So, come May, spring, renewal, changes. And that seems pretty normal, but we're protected, so we're all good. What area of our life is it going to be most affecting? Our success. Sounds good to me, folks. I'm liking it. So, things may be a little topsy-turvy, but we're protected. In May, we're going to be seeing some success. Sounds good to me. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get wealthy. It just means you're going to have success in something. What area of your life are you working on that, that card would relate to? You're looking for a new job? You're looking for a new house? Hey, Linda, welcome in. What are you up to? You looking for a new mate? You getting into more spiritual practices? Maybe you're going to make more money. I don't know. You do a general reading. It doesn't, it's pretty vague, but, you got to take it for what it works for you. What areas of your life are you currently working on that, you're hoping for a good outcome? Well, come May, it looks like that might happen. And apparently, putting out that gratitude probably is a good way to go. Gratitude, be kind, That gets you a lot in life, folks, believe it or not. What I find, again, going back to frequencies and energy, if you live in this kind of grateful, kind vibe, guess what you're going to get back? You get back what you put out. So if you're always walking around stomping your feet, being negative, someone gets something, you're like, oh, how come I couldn't win that? How come they get it? They don't deserve it. Well, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get that back because that's what you're putting out. You attract what you put out. So, my thought about a lot of the people that have been very ill, they've been stuffing their feelings. They've been fighting against their nature. Hopefully their nature is good, not bad. They're just, when you stuff all that, your body doesn't know what to do with it, and it physically reacts and makes you ill. You have to express yourself nicely. But, you can't just keep going around being the doormat and thinking that good things are going to happen, because they won't. I mean, life is proactive. You have to participate and be involved in all of it if you want, a good outcome. If you're just sitting around waiting for things to happen, they will, but maybe not what you were hoping for. You know what I mean? So yeah, can I pull cards for anybody? Free today. And I have other cards if you're not interested in those. I will use, let's see, where'd they go? No, that's not them. It's just a little deck. Ah, there they are. I have my crystal ball oracle cards. And the Faded Pocket Love Oracle. If you have a love question, I'll use that one. This is like a yes-no, kind of like a Ouija, like a, not a Ouija board. And Magic 8 Ball. I don't have a Ouija board. I don't use a Ouija board. That's one I don't agree with. This is just a little deck. And it tells you, like a Magic 8 Ball, yes, no, reconsider, choose a new direction. It tells you, like a Magic 8 Ball. That's just a fun little oracle. And I don't usually do love readings, so I have not used this one. I've played with it, though. So I will use it if you want me to. This is, gives you your love answers. Release it. Sexual chemistry. Boundaries. Karmic relation. Allow divine timing. Let you know what it is you need to be doing. So I will be happy to do that. Give you an energy reading. Give you a yes, no. Give you a little love boost. Anybody have any interest? Ooh, wiggle. Sorry. Well, come on in, folks. Say hi. I don't bite. I really don't. I promise. I don't bite. It's fun. All right. Well, I'm here. If you're interested, I'm doing free readings today. If you want one, let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to be here for a bit. So, y'all can hang out or not. Up to you. I'm going to read from this book, Beginner's Guide to Your Internet Archetypes. Lalo, honey, I pull your energy. So, how you feeling today? What would you like? Would you like the T cards, the yes, no, or the love deck? I don't usually do bad. And, honestly, the way I see, like even the death card in tarot, it's not bad. It doesn't mean someone's going to die. It means something in your life is going to end because you need a new beginning. And you can't do the new beginning until the old one is over. So it's perspective, honey. It's all perspective. Yeah, you let me know. Yes, no, love, or energy. You can just type T. The circle cards, you got it. Those are my tea leaves. Very cute. I like those. It's been around for a long time. All right, give me a minute to shuffle up the big pile. But we're going to leave Be Grateful out because, whoop, that's the card for the day. Here we go. Stand up and be good. All right. Move these so I don't get them mixed in. Alright, so what kind of energies are going to be surrounding Miss Lalo for the rest of the year? Barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps money, love, or goods. Ooh. Goals. See, weren't we just talking about that? Hey, Deborah, welcome in, welcome in. So you have some lack going on, girlfriend? All right, let's see. Let's see. Oop. Let's do this one first. What area of life is this affecting? Success. Oh, there you go. Something that you want to be happening isn't. When is this going to change for her? All right. There you go. December. Expect change in December. So, the way I see it is you've got 3 months to really put your energy into getting it done, whatever it is that you feel you're lacking in your success, whatever success means to you, because it doesn't necessarily mean a giant bank account. I know that. Whatever it is you feel you're missing, come December, it'll change. But you have to put in the energy to make it happen. You can't just sit on the couch and say, oh, I'll just wait. No. You just got to keep on keeping on. And in December, things should change for you. That's not bad. See, no bad cards. No bad cards. I promise, no bad cards. Anybody else? Seeing like if you wanted to do a real reading, which I'm not doing today, I'm just letting you know, if that was like your question and you wanted to know more specifics, without details, we don't have to get into details online, but we can do it privately if you wish. Where's a good way to go? What kind of roadblocks should you be looking for? Is it a person? Is it a do reading for me in the same deck? You got it. That's how I see how this works. Like, if I'm pulling out the tarot, which, I'm not doing tarot here today. Like I say, guys, I don't have it all together like I was hoping, but I just wanted to have some fun. I'm shuffling off screen because it's hard to, I'm like wrapping around the camera here, but I am shuffling, I promise. There's no way I could pick out of 200 cards a specific one. I'm not even sure what they all are. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, I could help you with that more. We could do a more detailed reading. And I can do some of that online. But, if it's really personal, no. I'm not personally comfortable doing that. This one, Regina. Nice. You have plenty of material things. Hey, doesn't that look like your big old bowl of fruit? Maybe you're supposed to keep it, girlfriend. You have plenty of material things. Those are the energies currently surrounding you for the rest of the year. That don't suck. Yes, this is a very big deck of cards. Yes, I like this deck. Doug got me this one. It comes in this big box from Ray Hepburn. US Games makes it. It's been around a long time. 200 beautifully illustrated round cards depicting the traditional tea leaf symbols. The 98-page guidebook provides in-depth instructions. Interesting, right? I never read tea leaves, but apparently they're based on tea leaf readings. I know. Well, you got plenty, so maybe you don't need to do any more sourcing, right? All right, let's see. When will you be expecting changes regarding your material things? All right. October. You'll be selling for a while. What area of her life is this going to positively affect? Oh, all right. There you go, girlfriend. You won't be keeping it all. Looks like you're going to be having some good sales through the year, and in October, it'd be time for you to have that giant dining room table to put that giant bowl of fruit on, huh? Looks pretty good to me. And you know why? Because you're kicking ass. Because you're out there and you're doing it. Just like Ella. I was telling her this while she was here. She freaking moved and was selling in a car while she was moving. I mean, who does that? Someone that wants to get it together and keep it together and is taking care of business. Just like you. So, I think you got a good year going on here, Regina, and you're going to end up with wealth. Pretty bowl of fruit on your giant dining room table. Okay, that's just me saying that. But, if it happens, please let me know. And, by October, you're going to be there. You're going to be there. Just got to keep on plugging, girlfriend. I have faith in you. You are grateful. I know. I've seen it. All right. Anybody else interested? The bowl came out again. Maybe we should look up the bowl. Let's see. Oh, Lordy. I don't know how to find them in here. Let's see. They wouldn't be alphabetical or anything, would they? You can see I haven't read the book much. Uh-oh, hang on. Come on, guys. You don't have an index? How do you not have an index? Apparently, this is what they're basing it on. Like I said, I never... Oh, you want one? Good. I'll get you a sec there, Deb. Yeah, tea leaves. I never did tea leaves. But I guess they teach me how to in this book. I don't know. Oh, look. This is how it works, I guess. I tell you all about it. All right. Why am I not finding bowl? Oh, here we go. It is alphabetical. It's just in the back of the book. Bowl. Okay. Bowl. Plenty of material things. A beautifully patterned bowl is filled with every type of luscious ripe fruit. This symbol indicates that you will enjoy plenty of material things. However, you should pay heed not to place too much value on material things, for, like fruit, which can soon rot and has to be thrown away, material possessions can soon lose their luster and appeal. So, Regina's doing the right thing, getting rid of it. Oh, you like this? Cool. I enjoy it. Like I said, I'm not a fortune teller. I just pull the cards, and I don't necessarily always go by exactly what the book says. Different cards mean different things to me because I've had life experiences. Oh, that one's yours, Deb. That, a certain thing means something to me that it wouldn't mean to someone else, but I believe I get the cards that I need in order to tell you what you need to hear. That's how I see it. All right, Deb, you got Beetle, good fortune. That doesn't suck. That's the energy surrounding you for the rest of the year. I think you, of all people, could probably use some of that, huh, Deb? It's been kind of rough on you, girlfriend. All right. What area of life is this good fortune going to affect? Your marriage. I know you love him, honey. I know you do. And when is this good fortune going to happen? January. I hope you have a good winter, girlfriend. I really hope you do. That's what they're telling me. You're going to have good fortune with your marriage by January. Girlfriend, you know what? Here we go, saying things that... This is not involving the tarot cards at all. This is coming out of Ellen's mouth and the things that she watches and listens to, okay? The other day, I don't know when, a little while ago, apparently Putin and Xi, the Chinese dude, they were caught on a hot mic, and everyone feels like it was intentionally caught on a hot mic. And they were talking about... Oh, sorry, I've dropped one. Oh, I can't pick it up. That's weird. All right, we're going to have a look at that one. Immortality, and how almost every organ in the body can be replaced, and within this century people will be living to 150 and beyond. Now here's Ellen with the tinfoil hat, and this seems like perfect platform to put it on, right? Keep talking about these magic med beds. Well, again, I don't think they're also magic, and I do believe that 99.9% of what they're doing is based on Tesla's stuff that he came up with a very long time ago, but that would cripple the medical industry, it would cripple the cosmetic industry, it would cripple a lot of things, because if you could just go to a med bed and get it all fixed, because it could, I don't know, and I'm not sure, y'all should play with it, none of my business, do what you want. If they really can alter your DNA, be careful with that, please. But if they can, bring you back 20 years, they can fix your kidney problems, they can take care of the tumor. I don't know. These are the claims. Some of them are saying it'll grow back limbs. Well, there's fairy tales and there's reality. But I believe our government and most other world governments already have this stuff. I believe it's why a lot of these world leaders and movie stars live so long. It ain't just all plastic surgery, because if you use the right frequencies, you can heal yourself. That's what the Spooky 2 machine is. It's made, go look it up, Spooky 2, like the number 2. It's frequencies. That's all it is. Tesla knew. They have a cure for the big C. They know what causes dementia and Alzheimer's and all the rest of the crap that so many people are dealing with. They can fix it. They're hiding it. Yes, I believe it. Yeah, I'll probably get a strike. Whatever. Yep. So you know what, Deb? maybe come January, things are going to get better for you too and your hubby. Yeah, well, because if everyone else is around, why not? I'm good. I want to hit at least 100. That's my goal. You know, in the Bible, they said people live thousands of years. I don't know. All I know is things are different than what we know. That's what I believe. So anywho, I'll take my tinfoil hat off and read this card that insisted on being read. Cracked Cup. Dissatisfaction with life. So who's dissatisfied? Who's this card for? What do you need to do to fix it? And you know what? If it's other people disappointing you, get new friends. Or you know what? Be your own best friend. Because being by yourself and not feeling like, I don't know, you're intruding on someone or whatever, way better way to go. Way better way to go than trying to always stuff yourself into someone else's box just to be acceptable. My opinion. So, good luck, Deb. I hope something good is coming. Not just for you, but for the rest of the world, because it's broken. Anybody else interested? I got my little love deck and my little magic 8-ball deck too. If you want a more lighthearted one card answer to your question. Cool. I'm just shuffling. Still want to know who's got the cracked cup. Who's so unhappy? Why are you so unhappy? Let me help you. How can we fix it? There's usually a way to fix it, you know. It's just not always a fairy tale, the way to fix it. I mean, when Doug and I moved here, we literally had never been to Arizona. Well, we'd driven through Arizona. We've been to the Grand Canyon, but, you know, we never lived here. We didn't know one person in town. We bought the house online through Zillow. And Doug transferred his job with his company from Connecticut to Arizona. And that's how we got here. So we took some chances, some risks. It wasn't a bed of roses. We didn't have a lot when we got here. But after 20 years living in Connecticut and struggling and ending up owing more on our house than we did when we bought it because of interest rates and second loans and things and stuff, we're doing way better. All right, y'all pay attention. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Not today, Satan. Won't do it, folks. You know, I think people do things a lot because of FOMO. And you know what they find out a lot? They could have lived without it because they probably didn't really want to know what they ended up knowing. Dutch Brothers is good. You got a lot of stupid Starbucks. But, you know, I'm way up here. I'm about an hour 15 from the Vegas airport, but there's nothing here. I mean, nothing. We've got the West Rim, and it's just all open land, but that's why I'm here. Like, a lot of people wouldn't like it, but I love it because I don't like the people. I like the critters and the land, and the reason I wanted to come back to Arizona is the big skies, because I miss New England in some parts. I miss dirt. I really miss dirt, like brown dirt that you dig in and you track in your house with your boots, you know? But I can't do that near Big Bear, no. I'm near Kingman, Arizona. That's the biggest landmark in the West Rim. The West Rim of the Grand Canyon. I'm really the very high end of the Mojave Desert. We have Joshua trees. No, I'm not near anything. I'm literally not near anything. I'm 45 minutes from anything, minimum. Our town is unincorporated. We have less than 3,000 people that live here. We have one paved road, goes from the highway to the canyon. We don't have street lights. We don't have sidewalks. We have dark sky laws, which means you can't have big, giant, blaring lights to, cut off your neighbor's view of the stars. We have free-range cattle. If you want the cows to stay out of your yard, you fence them out. The ranchers rule. They own 1 million acres between Vegas and Kingman, and the cows are allowed to roam. They have to put up fences along the highway to keep them off, but other than that, they can go wherever they want. Maybe. I don't know. I think you got a good reading, though. I think you're good. I think we're all doing, the club, you mean? Yeah, well, a lot of people got stuff going on. A lot of people. When you do general readings, sometimes, you pick up on whoever's got the strongest going, That's how I see it. My thought is somebody needed to hear it or it wouldn't have popped out, so. No. Good, meds are good, yeah. Jiminy crickets. I hope, a lot of people, I always hated October. Hated it. The kids would go back to school Labor Day, like normal, And for years, I had one in the elementary, one in the middle, and one in the high school because they were a couple years apart, so they were rarely in the same schools together. So by October, I was deathly ill with you pick it because they were in school with pretty much kids from every household in the town. So they brought all of it back to me. They only got a third of it, but they brought, I got all of it. So yeah, usually by October, I was pretty sick and I really, it got old. It got really old. I don't miss that part of kids. I'm glad you get to spend some time with yours. I don't have the grandkids, so. Yeah, I hope everybody's getting better. I know a lot of people have had it, the sickness, because the kids, the germ magnets that they are, they just bring it home. I kept threatening to spray them with Lysol when they walked in. Just hose them down or something. I don't know. Man, oh man. So, can I pull a card for anybody? Card. Oh, I buried my little ones. A little Magic 8 Ball and my love cards. Ooh, there we go. Move some of this other stuff so I can get to my things. Yeah, kids, I don't know, and I don't know this, but my thing is too, is you don't want the kids not catching stuff because, they catch it now, they build an immunity, they don't need the jabby jabs later on. Oh, yeah. Deb, I'm not a big germaphobe, but yeah, because they haven't been around, get some of those wipes and things and have them handy and keep them washing their hands because, they're always touching their faces. So, and I hope it goes well. Yeah, traveling. I know when we moved, we get the allergies, a lot of people, and I keep telling people, go buy local honey because you're going to be getting immunity from the bees. Go collect the local pollen and then you build up immunity because you eat it in the honey. You can also get little pollen nuggets too. Just sprinkle them in something. That's cool though. Are they really little, Deb? The love cards. Unravel the mysteries of love with this portable oracle deck. Each of the 13 enchanting cards is adorned with the Athena Noctura unique mystical illustrations and offers straightforward insights into matters of the heart. Whether you are seeking true love or navigating red flags, this deck provides divine guidance for all relationship inquiries. Let this oracle illuminate your path to love's truth, wherever life's journey takes you. Oh, they're little. So they think that Japan's like normal. There's a pretty Luna moth in it. I like those. We used to get those in Connecticut. I don't think I've seen one since I've been here. Like owls. Just tell you different things about your relationship and maybe what you need to be doing, or what's working or what isn't. I'm not really a love reader. I know people that do that if you're interested. I don't mind touching topics, but I ain't getting into it. None of my business. Do they speak Japanese, Deb? That would be so cool. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, when we were in Germany, the kids were learning German, so that's cool. Not my kids. I waited till we left Germany to have kids because I was nervous because we were in Berlin. So if I had a baby on the weekend, our base hospital was closed and I would have to go to a German hospital. And, it's my first kid. They didn't speak English, all of them. I kind of wanted, to know what was going on. So I actually didn't have any kids when I was overseas. So then we had Ben out in California. So he has a California Social Security number and the other two have Connecticut ones. So funny. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's funny though. I wonder what they're gonna think about when they come home, boy. It's a culture shock. I mean, I was 18 when I went to Berlin. And when we came back 3 years later and I walked into a grocery store, I was like, whoa, what happened? And then I turned on the TV. That was scary, honestly. The TV was kind of scary. I don't think we realize how much we're bombarded with. I mean, I learned these lessons early in life, obviously. I was 18 when I got married and went to Germany. And the wall was still there. And, I got off the plane and there were dudes standing there with AK-47s. And I learned a lot of stuff really quick. So it was very different growing up in the backwoods of Maine. So, But yeah, it was, yeah. We got back. I was overloaded big time. Just like, and it's only, that was years ago, 30 years ago. It's only gotten worse. It's just too much. Too much. From Bangor, you're kidding me. That is hysterical. Doug's brother still lives in Bar Harbor. My parents live in Maine. My brother lives in Maine. He's in Scarborough. Yep, I was born in Connecticut, and we, stomping grounds, Bar Harbor, Acadia National Park. That's, where we sowed our wild seeds. Went to Bangor once a year to go to the mall for Christmas shopping, And then I moved to Berlin. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a change, just a little bit. But, yeah, it was just crazy. I mean, we are just weird. I personally believe all Americans should be forced to live in a foreign country for a minimum of 3 years, because a vacation is a vacation. It's not living. You don't have to be on the economy and figure out how people function in a different country. And they would have a much different appreciation of our country when they get back, good and bad. Yeah, I used to. It's not so cool anymore, Deb. It's really not cool. Apparently, 98% of Bar Harbor's nice homes that have been sold, they were bought up by, the LLCs like BlackRock. And there's like nowhere for the summer people that, people come up from Florida in the summer and work there and then go back to Florida in the winter and work there. And there's like no place for those people to rent anymore. It's all like Airbnbs because they got all bought up. And it's a nightmare, apparently. It's really not cool. And then, have you seen their governor? Oh, boy. Go ahead and poke Trump just a little bit more because it ain't going well for the state. They're losing funding left and right because she's so dumb. Because she thinks boys should be allowed to play on girls' sports teams. Yeah, I'm pretty glad I'm not living there anymore, quite honestly. And the last time I went back, it's got to have been before I came here. It's probably pushing 20 years, and it was not home. It was not, it was not. I'm not pleased with Bar Harbor anymore. And it's very sad. It's still beautiful and, awesome for vacation, but I would not live there. So we looked at it. We looked at a lot of places. We didn't want to stay where it snowed. That was one of our big deals. And we really wanted to live somewhere affordable. So, Arizona fit that bill. It's warm. We don't have to mow the grass, rake the leaves, shovel the snow. We can really enjoy most of the year. I mean, summer gets a little bit much, but we got central AC and, we just move along. So, the places that have like the perfect weather year round, I don't have those kind of millions. You know what I'm saying? So you do what you can with what you got. Like I said, this morning, I had gratitude. I was very grateful. We saw a rainbow last night. I was very happy about that. And I love rainbows. Love rainbows. I mean, I know a lot of y'all out there do too, but I just love them. And I'll just stand there and watch them till they fade. Doug's like, are you going to cook dinner? No, rainbow's still here. I'm busy. So, Yeah, I know, Deb. I'm sorry, but it sounds like maybe you're going to get a little reprieve, honey girl. They got stuff happening every day. I don't know what your doctors are up to and how they feel about things, but I'll tell you what. Mushrooms, and I'm not talking magic mushrooms, I'm talking regular old mushrooms. Turkey tail. Oh, Lordy, I can't think of all of them. Turkey tail. Lion's mane. Those are the two big ones. You can Google it now. Google can't even hide how much they're helping people with exactly his problems. The big C, the Alzheimer's, the dementia, the Parkinson's, all of it. Like literally all of it. Oh, okay, girlfriend. I mean, I know. I mean, you handle it. At least publicly here online, you handle it very, very well. Oh, good, girl. Good. I know. I push it on people. They all think I'm saying, oh, let's trip. No, I'm not saying that. Eat them. If I can't stand mushrooms, I think they taste like dirt, and I don't like the texture. If you can eat them, eat them. Just eat them. They're superfoods. They're like, cranberries and blueberries and all these other things, and all these people have all these aches and pains. 90% of our problems are caused by inflammation. Get rid of the inflammation. You know how to do it. It means tell your taste buds to take a hike and start eating things that don't necessarily, make you smile. But, we got to do better, folks. Got to do better. Yeah, I had fun with those. I like them a little too much, so I said, I think I better not do that anymore. But, I have that off button. Not everybody does, But, mushrooms, eat them. They are good for you, like so good for you. They really, that's, what I tell people. They're like, oh, I don't feel any difference. Like, because it's not a synthetic drug. What it does is it gives your body what it needs to fix itself. The food that we eat, you can't qualify it as food. I mean, the FDA is a joke. You know, nutritional value is not in our food, and without it, our body doesn't have what it needs to function properly. And then we go and dump all these chemicals into it. And we don't have an organ. Our liver does some, but it really doesn't know what to do with most of what we're breathing, wearing on our, taking into our skin from our clothing, drinking. It's in our food because everything's contaminated. The water, air, and soil are contaminated. Therefore, anything that grows using those things, which is, guess what, all we got, it's contaminated. So we have to combat it the best way we can. And if it means eating things, taking some natural products that can actually help you, why aren't you doing it? Yes, they're not cheap, but is your doctor cheap? Are you having fun with your prescriptions? Just asking. I don't know. I don't have any prescriptions. I'm hoping to stay that way. I'm going to be 58 at the end of this month. I'm doing all right. See, I'm grateful. I really am. But I've also put some time and energy into it. I'm not just, sitting here eating, pizza and fried food, and I eat chocolate, but I don't eat an excessive amount of chocolate. I don't eat, the whole giant bag of M&Ms. A giant bag of M&Ms will last me 2 weeks, everything in moderation, everything. And some stuff, not at all. And what stuff you shouldn't be doing. You know it. We know it. We all know it. And if you're going to do it, take some precautions so it doesn't, do some permanent damage. Be a grown-up. Take responsibility. Ooh, I said the bad word. You know what Donkey thinks about that? Oh, boy. All right, well, let's read about September archetype, which is Virgo, which relates to the caregiver. I'm just going to read some of the highlights because it's a very long chapter. But if you all are interested in archetypes, which will help you understand people, you know how long it took me to find that donkey? You can find a goat, you can find a chicken, you can even find a pig. I tried to find a tortoise. I could not find a tortoise, but I did find a donkey. I got this, I believe, on Amazon. It could have come from Hay House, honestly. I don't remember. But that's the book, Archetypes, A Beginner's Guide to Your Internet. And it tells you about all the archetypes. We all have personalities. People fit into some categories. Not everybody fits into just one. Most people fit into multiple categories, but you tend to have a dominant personality. And being a Virgo, I tend to be detail-orientated. I like order. I don't like mess. I'm not a clean freak. I kind of wish I was, but I don't like mess. I don't like disorganization. And I do know that when my life is organized, I feel better because it doesn't take me 20 minutes to find the hoojiggy whatnot that I put in a safe place, because it lives over there in drawer A on the left-hand side. And that's just where it lives. And if I put it away there every time, it takes me 30 seconds to find it. But when I put it somewhere else, my brain is not happy to remember these things anymore. So part of organization comes along with old age. It makes your life easier. Just saying. All right, the caregiver. Archetype family, caring. Other expressions: nurturer, mother, lover, sister, teacher, rescuer. Life journey. To care for others in ways they are unable to care for themselves. Unique challenges. Fear of being thought selfish or unable to care for others. Universal lesson. to learn when to help and when not to. You can't keep crossing that line. I tell myself that. Sometimes I cross it. Sorry. Defining grace, compassion. Inner shadow, feeling resentful and uncared for. Male counterpart, because the caregiver is a female aspect in general. The male counterpart is the caregiver is a yin-yang archetype, equally balanced between masculine and feminine heart energy. So they're relating that to the chakras. Myths of the caregiver. If I don't help others, they'll think I'm selfish. I have to help people or they won't survive. Behavior patterns and characteristics. Never turns down anyone who needs help. Serves as the family caregiver. Chooses a caregiving occupation. Sees helping others as a calling. Is a model of compassion and generosity. Lifestyle challenge. To care enough about yourself to find out who you really are. It's a big challenge for caregivers because they identify as the person that helps, but they very rarely ask others to help them. And usually by the time they do ask for help, they're so far over their heads, they're just, sitting in the corner crying. So if you notice your friend that's usually the one helping out is not quite so with it, they probably could use a little bit of care of their own. Take them out for an iced coffee. All right, let's see. Recognize your archetype. Are you a caregiver? Behavior patterns and characteristics of the caregiver. You are naturally compassionate and concerned with the well-being of others, and you feel compelled to act on those feelings. Have to be careful you're not sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. Not everybody wants help. Don't forget that. The greatest strength is nurturing others. You can't say no to a request for help. And the caution with that one would be, don't be a doormat. Just because someone asks for help, you might want to assess if they really need it. Maybe all the help they need is some advice and not to do it for them. You are the friends and family. You are the one friends and family turn to for emotional support. You are drawn to or already work in a caring field, such as nursing, hospice care, psychotherapy, social working, teaching, cooking, or childcare. Gee, I'm guessing Deb falls into this caregiver category. I went into childcare. I really, truly enjoy helping people find answers. I mean, it brings me joy that they get what they needed without the headache. I like looking stuff up. Please feel free to ask. You end up taking care of others whether you want to or not. Like I said, be careful of that trap because there are plenty of energy suckers out there. And when they figure out that you don't say no, they don't stop asking. Draw your boundaries, folks. You were destined to be the family caregiver. Even in childhood, you looked after your siblings. This is true of me. You often give more than you receive. Very true. You find it impossible to walk away from someone under your care, even in your most frustrating moments. And that, on a minor level, that's what Doug and I were discussing is, he was out. He usually feeds the horses and donkeys dinner. I do breakfast and lunch. Part of it's because, we share our chores, but they want to see him and he wants to see them. But, after a long day of work, sometimes he doesn't really want to go do it. But the other night he was out there just like me this morning. He just stopped, took a deep breath, and was like, wow, I'm standing here with these two beautiful animals that are so happy to see me. Yeah, I have food in my hand. But, they're nuzzling me. They're sniffing me. They are happy to see him. And you just forget. You just think of it as a chore. perspective. Change your perspective. So even in frustrating moments, see if you can find, why are you doing it? There's a reason you're a caregiver. Sometimes you need to take a break, but, if you can't and you're in that situation, remember why you did it and why you are still doing it, and, you'll get your rest. You will. You will get yours. You often sense what others need even before they ask. That's something I do. And again, I think it's part of my pattern recognition. I see how people act and talk, and when that is not normal, I know something's going on. Not necessarily what, but something. You see helping others as your calling. You put their needs before your own. I did that with my kids. I will say that I've definitely drawn the line on that with grown-ups for a long time, because I got done being a doormat. You serve as a model of compassion and generosity at work in the world. I try. But, I also tend to call people out when they're being dumb. Because you know what? Sometimes that's more helpful than a lot of other things you can do. So, Miss Deborah, you are kidding me. Ha! That's awesome. That's so awesome. I would love to talk to all those people. I went up to the West Rim and I was talking to a native lady. And, I don't know, we were looking at some of the, they had a bunch of history, big pictures and things on the wall. And they have a big, a healing circle up there. And I was just talking to people about that. And I was just like, I just want to know stuff. And she said, well, what do you want to know? I'm like, I don't even know how to ask the question. I just want to know all of it. I wish I was raised in your culture, because I think that the things that you're taught and you grow up with are probably a lot closer to the way things ought to be than the way I was raised. And I don't even know what questions to ask. I just want to know everything. Just talk to me. Just tell me things. That is you just blew my mind, Deborah. Just totally blew my mind. That's awesome. Yeah, did you hear that the government is actually now admitting? I think it was a Tucker Carlson interview. That, these UFOs and aliens, they may not be quite what we're thinking, the little green men. That they may actually be, like biblical, dimensional kind of things. And that maybe we should, But again, my deal is, if that is true, and they have the information, they do not have the right to keep that from us, period. And I'm tired of having these things kept so they can keep control, because all it's doing is keeping us from growing as humans. Oh, Deb, I've been all over the Kingman one lately, the Kingman crash, quote unquote, landing. Apparently there were 3 ships involved and multiple entities, and that's like literally really close to my house, because it was outside Kingman, which I'm outside of Kingman. Very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. That's Deb. Wow. I love you. Thank you for doing this work so that I can know things. That's just awesome, Deb. Oh, I didn't grow up with anybody that believed in any of this stuff or knew about any of this stuff. And anytime I talk about it, I'm the tinfoil hat wearer. You know how it goes. I've seen things. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. The black men, I will never forget them. And I mean like black men, like, you know how the Blue Men, you know, the musical group, the Blue Men, they're all blue. That's how these guys were. But I mean black, like it was like a black latex kind of looking whole body kind of situation going on there. And yeah. And I was only about 5 or 6 when I saw that. Yeah, I haven't seen Black Eyed Kids. No, these were black men. Like full on giant normal sized people. I mean, I was a little kid, so they were pretty big to me, you know. And they were actually sitting in my parents' car in front of my house. I was outside playing. And we lived on top of a hill, and I was walking up the hill with the dog, and the dog stopped, and I'm like, come on, let's go. And the dog literally wouldn't go forward. And I'm like, you know, I'm little. I was only 5 or 6, living in Connecticut. And I look up, and there were these, I could see, you know, over the top of the headrest of the car, in the front seat, there were 2 guys, black. I mean, no hair, just like shiny black, like the shiny blue guys. That's what they looked like. One of them had on a hat, like the Men in Black hat, you know? And I'm like, okay, that's weird, you know? So I start walking up the hill, and the way the hill was, you know, I would lose sight of the car. And by the time I got to the top of the hill, they were not there. And I went in the house, and I asked my parents who was in the car. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy, like no one is in the car. There were 2 guys in the car. I don't know. I've seen ghosts. I've seen other things. I don't talk to them. I don't talk to them. They can do their thing. Oh, yeah. I would like to know what those were. I really would like to know what those were. Because, I mean, I was little. I remember that clear as day. It was not an illusion. It was not. I remember that. And I went in the house to talk to my parents. They still remember me asking because it was really weird. So I don't know what those were. I've never had that answer. And I don't think they were there for me. I think they were there for someone else in my family. All right, so let's finish up with the archetype here. The end of it here says, where you gain power. Consciously deciding when and how to care for someone. Caring for others out of compassion, never out of guilt or obligation. Taking care of yourself so that you have the physical, emotional, and spiritual stamina for others to care for others. Fully owning your destiny to be there for others. You have to want to do it or it really drains you. Allowing fear of what others might think control your actions. Focus on doing, not fretting. And remember, you're doing your best. You can only do what we can do. Caring for others as a means of gaining love or other rewards. If you feel yourself becoming manipulative, step away until your motivation is pure. Otherwise, all you're doing is, gaslighting someone, folks. Refusing help when it's offered. Just say yes. Remember, the caregiver's challenge is to take control. Shadow people. Yeah, they just weren't very shadowy. They were pretty solid, I'm telling you. I've seen shadowy. They were not. They were real. Whatever they were solid 3D sitting in that car. I don't know. All right, now here's your checklist. Are you doing these things? I take time to nurture myself. I've gotten better about that. I'm committed to caring for myself as much as I care for others. I would say no to that one for me, but I'm not high maintenance, so I don't feel that I need a lot of things. But yeah, I know what they're saying. I'm learning to discern when to help and when not to. I've gotten good at that one. I was not good in my younger years, but I've gotten good at that one. I won't harbor resentment towards those I've chosen to help. That's a good one. You made the decision to do it. Now, if you aren't getting out of it what you thought you would, you probably weren't going into it for a good reason. You go into helping someone because they need help, not because it makes you feel good. In my opinion, I will happily fulfill my destiny to care for others. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve. I would say that I'm getting there on that because I feel grateful for the fact that I am doing okay. I have enough to eat. I have a home. I have lots of animals that bring me happiness most days. I'm healthy. I have the ability to do for others. I don't need others to do for me. So yes, I'm getting there. Well, here we go. I appreciate what others do for me and accept their caring with grace, and I'm getting better at that. I will ask for help when I need it and accept it when it's offered. 80% of the time. I'm 80% of the time on that. My big problem being the Virgo that I am, because that doesn't, just because I happen to have this archetype doesn't mean that all of it applies, because I'm still a Virgo. And sorry, but my way is better 99% of the time. I can't help it. I'm trying, but I can't help it. Final thoughts. The caregiver is one of the most loved and loving of the archetypes. If this is you, realize that your destiny is to care for others. You will naturally draw to those who need your care. Recognize that just as you are helping them, they are helping you. They are your teachers in life. So there you go. Yeah, Deb, I hear you, honey. I hear you. Yeah. And and then I get all like, oh, you're just whining. I mean, you definitely have a whole lot more on your plate than I do. My husband's up and working, and, I'm not working because he is. I'm not complaining. Definitely not. But, I cook. He does not cook. We've been married almost 40 years. I'm tired of cooking. And you know what? I don't really want to eat most nights. I'm not a big eater. I could do a sandwich at lunch and be good for the whole day with, a handful of M&Ms at night and some coffee in the morning. I'm not big on this eating thing. I did it as the mom, the kids. You got to feed them, man. If you don't feed the kids, you'll forget it. You got to feed the kids. You got to do it. It's the only way to stay sane, right? Other than, it's law. But yeah, I'm not a chef. I never wanted to be one. I can cook, and, when I'm in the mood, I love going in the kitchen, making a big mess. I'll get out all the pans and all the knives and go at it and make the gourmet and what. I don't want to do that all the time. But it's like I wish, and he has started to cook things for himself, which I got to say, I think I'd rather cook because he stinks up my house. He loves garlic and kimchi and hot sauce and just things that are just assaulting my nose on the regular. Oh, awesome, girlfriend. Well, I am so glad you came in. Thank you. We are going to talk more. Oh, my. Do we have to talk more? I'm on again on Friday. I know you're running your auctions, but I come on Friday on my other channel, and it's just let's chat, and I just sit here and talk. So, yeah, come on by on Friday, and let's chat. You have a good day, girlfriend. Awesome sauce. That is awesome. So yeah, I don't know. We're all working on ourselves. Well, Doug and I are. I hope you guys are too. Somebody's got to do it, right? So, can I pull some cards for anybody? All right, that's cool. You know where to find me. I'm going to be on pretty much, it's looking like close to 15 days a month. So you want to chat, just check my channel. You might find me. Usually Tuesday, Thursday, but also on Fridays on the other channel. So, yeah, I'll be on a lot, folks. Right now, I'm just going to be doing this tarot show. I don't want to call it a tarot show. Seeking Serendipity. If you look in my description below, there's a little story about the difference between serendipity and the other word, the one I don't use. But anyway, read it. It's a cool little story. You know, serendipity happens, but usually only because you put some effort in. And then, ta-da, you get what you were waiting for. So anywho, that's what I'm going to be doing here. Hanging out. And, the other thing is that my order that I put in did not arrive. I have an order for some things like crystals and cute little charms and some organite pyramids, esoteric-y kind of things. Some beaded critters, that kind of stuff. And I will be making that available for sale, but it hasn't gotten here yet, so I can't do that. And like I said, I'm going to be going through some of my tarot cards and oracle cards, and they're all brand new. At the most, they've been used once or twice by me. Put them up for sale. Because I don't need them all. I don't use them all. But I do get them. Like I said, I get 3 new decks every 4 months. Or every 3 months, something like that. Hay House. Hayhouse.com if anyone's interested. Like I said, they have all kinds of self-help books and journals and all kinds of cool books over there. And pretty affordable. You're not finding a lot of them on Amazon. And they also have classes, all kinds of different online classes you can get into. All kinds of fun stuff over there. So if you're interested in any of that, and like I said, I don't have any particular lineup for this. It'll basically be people that show up and want a reading. They go ahead and click my buy a book or a BALE link up at the top or in the description below, and I will go ahead and give them the reading they paid for. I will pull out things and, sell them, show them to you, talk to you about them. I'm going to be going over numerology, astrology, astronomy, tarot, oracle. I don't know. What do y'all want to learn? What do you want to learn along with me? I don't know all of it. I've just been for years reading these books and checking things out. Seeing how they work. I'm into, crystals. Again, crystals are energy. They've proven that. Tesla says quartz is alive. So that's very interesting. And when you hold it, you can feel it. Hey, Angie, welcome in, girlfriend. How you doing? This is the card for the day. Be grateful. We've been talking about that. And I'll be happy to pull you some cards if you like. These are the tea leaf oracle cards. There are 200 of them. And this will tell you what kind of energies, that's the question we're asking today. What energies are surrounding everyone for the rest of the year? What month of the year should you expect change? And what area of life will it affect? So if you would be interested in a reading, I'm doing free readings today. And everybody's been happy with them so far. And we ran over the caregiver archetype. Virgo. It's Virgo month. I am a Virgo. And the archetype for Virgo is caregiver. So we read about that. So definitely feel free to rewatch. It's interesting stuff. And I'll go over another archetype next month that goes with the zodiac sign of the month. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All you have to do is tell me that you want one. We're just asking that basic question today. I'm not doing anything involved. This is my grand opening for Seeking Serendipity, my mystic marketplace. And that's what we're asking from the tea leaf oracle. Like I said, this will tell us what energies are surrounding you for the rest of the year. That's the question we're asking. what month you will be expecting changes, and what area of your life it will affect. All right, we'll do you, girlfriend. And as I've told people earlier, I will be doing 1, 3, and 5 card readings, but I will not be doing extensive online, open to the public readings. I will do them in private, but your business don't belong out there, and I don't feel comfortable putting it out there. So, and again, cards aren't telling me secrets, they're telling me energies. And a lot of people like to have conversations with the person doing the reading to get some more clarification. So you might want to be saying something that you don't necessarily need the entire world to hear about. So I'm very happy to do offline readings. We can do them in a video conference call in different ways and go from there with it. All right, Miss Angie, this one. Bread. Period of prosperity and abundance. So that is the energy that will surround you for the rest of the year. Prosperity and abundance. That doesn't sound too bad. What area of your life is this going to affect? Your marriage. That's a good thing, though. Prosperity and abundance affecting your marriage. Going on vacation, are you, girlfriend? Let's see. What month will this happen for you? When you're going to know that this is the thing that's going down. In March. There you go, girlfriend. Sounds good to me. Maybe you're going to get that van. That'll affect your marriage. Y'all can go out and about more easily. You don't know how it's going to affect it, but in a good way. This is good, Prosperity and abundance, that, can't suck. I'm thinking you're probably not adding to the family at this point in your life, but, sounds like, I don't know, a raise or a bonus or something good. And it's going to be good for your marriage. And you'll know about it by March. There you go. Well, there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's an awesome testimony right there. And that's how the cards work, folks. It's not me. It's the energies around you that I'm picking up on. So, awesome sauce. Awesome. See, that wasn't painful at all, was it? I know. Some of y'all still freaked out that I do this stuff. I know. I don't know, folks. I'm just working with what I was given. And I know that when I play with these cards, things like that happen. So what am I supposed to say? It doesn't work? I think it does work. Is it telling you anything you didn't know? No. Does it give you something to look forward to? Yes. I'm not seeing a problem here. I know, I defend myself, but believe me, I get plenty of flack for touching these cards. Plenty. And then I say, well, go on over and listen to pep talks and praise, because that comes right from the Bible. So, have at it. Whatever floats your boat. Me, all of it floats my boat. I use all of it. I don't think that this stuff was put in the world by accident. I don't think that just because some idiot decided that they didn't like their outcome of their reading, that it must be horrible and evil, and I don't know what the deal is. I know it's in the Bible, but you know what? There's a lot of stuff in the Bible and a lot of stuff in a lot of other books and a lot of rules and regulations enforced upon us because they want the power and they don't want us to have it. So if you, make it a cult, as in hidden that it must be bad and secret and you shouldn't do it. I don't buy it. And if I do it and I claim the power and I don't give it that kind of energy, I own it, not them. So that's how I see that. And I've seen the Bible used in a lot worse ways than I've seen tarot cards used. I don't remember a war ever starting because of the tarot. Hey, Randy, how you doing? I'm doing free readings today for folks. General, what's going on with you for the rest of the year? Oh, did you hear me preaching? Sorry. I get on my soapbox. I'm tired of people being on my case about it. You know, and like I said, you don't like it, don't come here. There's no reason. Go buy some shiny stuff from other people. There's probably, 20 other people selling right now? Go watch a movie. Go hug your dog. I don't know. Go do something. You don't have to be here bugging people and telling them it's bad. I don't believe it's bad. And I'm pretty sure everyone that's been here doesn't see that it's bad either. So, but I'll be happy to do a reading for you if you like. Oh, you did palm reading? I'm starting to learn about that. I have the M and the crescent moon. You have to read my palms, Randy. See my M? My big crescent moon. And then I have half moons on my thumbs. Both of them. Apparently those are all strange things. You know, I do it just to give people peace of mind. To give people, as I call it, I help you navigate the road bumps of life. I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't care what the cards say. I still don't know what's going to happen. But I do know what the energies are right now. And I do know that how you react to the energies is going to help determine your outcome. So if you just fight it and you have to flow with the energy. Yeah, sometimes you have to change it, but you have to flow with it and make it turn the right direction. You can't just try to cut it off because then bad things happen. You know, I mean, again, we're going back to science, you know. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So stop fighting the energies and work with them, you know. And maybe you need to go through something really hard to learn a lesson. Because maybe in 10 years, you're going to run across someone that you really care about that's going through that same circumstance. And whatever you learn will help them get through it. And that'll give you good karma. Because you help them, not the other way around. You know, I mean, you didn't just keep leading them down the path of destruction because you learned your lesson and now you can help teach to someone else. I don't know. I just try to be a good human. That's my general. I fail. Everybody fails. That's the whole deal, right? Yeah, I'll be happy to do you an energy reading, Randy, if you're interested. It's 1:11 right now. So I guess that's what? After 4 o'clock for you all on the East Coast now, huh? You got it, girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people. I mean, anybody can learn the tarot, the general meanings of the cards. There's plenty of books. I have a whole bunch of them. But, you know, it's your interpretation, I believe. Central, there you go. Yeah, I got to figure out where everybody is when I start scheduling everybody. I'm going to be getting on my October schedule here very, very soon. I promise. Everybody just keeps saying, oh, I don't care what time. It's like, well, y'all got to pick one because there's 8 of you and I can just assign times. But for all I know, you're picking up your grandkid at the bus stop. So it may not be a good time to do it. Yeah, cards. I have a whole book on that. Here, let me show you. You probably like it. It's an old book. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, come on now. Oh, it's the little one. There it is. Secrets of Gypsy Fortune Telling. Let's see. Seeing a date? Are we seeing a date? Oh, 1988. Not as old as I thought, but I believe that this is a reprint. Yeah, you like those? Those are the tea leaf oracles. These have been around for a while. There's 200 of them. Yep, that's all done with just regular decks of cards. I mean, that's how tarot started. I don't remember. I read the history of it at one point, but I don't remember when they started doing all the, specific pictures and stuff. Yeah, these tea leaves are based on, apparently, actual tea leaf readings. So they're very hard to shuffle because there's so many of them. All right, guys. You got to help me out here. We need a card for Miss Randy. Alrighty. And round cards, they're not the easiest to work with. But I think they're really cool. Alright, there you go, Randy. The energies surrounding you for the rest of the month for the rest of the year. Bear. Danger. Ooh. Especially in money matters. No, I do not think Christianity is evil. But I'll get back to you in a minute, Thomas. Hi. Sorry, Randy. Bear, danger, especially in money matters. You better be careful, girlfriend. Let's see. What area of your life is this going to affect? Your career. What month will you be expecting to see this? In April, you're retired. Too funny. Well, girlfriend, you're here on YouTube selling. That's your new career. So, I would say be careful of your inventory. Don't get, go, oh, it was such a good deal. Tax month. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Well, start saving now. Yeah, yeah. We're right there with you. Our rental is still down. It is not rented, and Doug's a little stressed. It's like, dude, we just got to get it rented, and we'll just get back on track. That's just, watch your money, folks. Watch your money. So, yeah, Randy, that's your warning. Just need to, see what's going on there, and, maybe, yeah. I'm going to get you another card. I like this deck. This is my mini version, but we'll use it. I have room on the table. And Thomas, I didn't forget about you. Hang on. I just got to get Miss Randy squared away first. This is called The Wisdom of the Oracle. One of my favorite Oracle decks. Ammonite on the back. Yeah, it's going around, girlfriend. Summer really smashed people this year. I don't know. Was it electric bills? Was it everything? Was it, I don't think you're doing the back to school thing any more than I am, but, it just seemed like there was a lot of expenses. Cars breaking, I don't know, things and stuff for people. A lot of stuff going on. All right. Mending, number 52. You sit there. Let me get my book. Goodness, one of the last cards of the deck. Essential meaning, forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. All right, I'm going to ask you, Randy. Which area of your life do you think it most would pertain to? Protection, prosperity, or relationship? And I will read you that part of it. The general message is, each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. It's all right, Thomas. We're good. Well, let's go with, I would say, prosperity, because it seems like money is all over this one. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, Ellen, you lost sight of long-term, substantial prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to the loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Well, there you go. You pass the message right on along to him. I know. I got my hubbies stressing about the funds, and it's like, dude, just chill out. There you go. So yeah, you just need to take care of the business. Grudges, yeah, well. My daily devotional may have been about grudges. Have them go listen to that on my other channel. Pep Talks and Praise. The link is in the description below. Yeah, that's not cool, Randy. That's that's not cool. So yeah, gotta start working on it now, huh? Baby steps, and then by April, you take care of it now. April won't be a big surprise. It'll be a happy one. So, you're welcome. Thomas. All right, let me scroll back up so I'm not misspeaking about your question. No. Okay, do I think Christianity is evil? No, I do not. I was actually raised Catholic. I just don't agree with their teachings, all of them. I do know for a fact that the Bible has been manipulated and changed, and 99% of the time it was done because whoever was in charge of rewriting it wanted a power that they didn't currently have, so they manipulated it. So, do I think the Bible is bad? No. Do I think there's a lot of really, really good life lessons that people probably should pay a little bit more attention to? Yes. Do I have questions about it? Yes. Did I ask the priest? Yes. Did they answer me? No. They just told me basically to shut up and just believe. Okay, well, that doesn't work for me. Sorry. And so I started reading, and I've read apocryphal books. I've read, Enoch. I've read all these things and stuff, and, the Emerald Tablets. And once again, once you start reading other things other than one source of information, because, there's 600 different English version Bibles you can read from. Have you read more than one? Have you even opened more than one? It's all about perspective, in my opinion. And as far as I know, I have not yet had anybody come across my life that's been 100% right about anything. And more often than not, they're not. So we all got to walk our own path, trying really hard not to step on other people's toes while we're doing it. But I don't think that, limiting yourself to just one philosophy of life is probably the best way to go. I don't. I want to know more. I want to know all of it. I want to know everything. I realize that's not going to happen. My brain ain't big enough. But I want to. I want to know these things. I want to know, anyone I've ever talked to that's ever told me that this stuff is evil, that they don't have a good reason. They literally cannot give me why, other than someone told them. Well, does he need to be nicer to you too? Sometimes it goes both ways. A lot of times. Most of the time. And if he's a grudge holder, you did something 20 years ago he's still pissed about. So, we'll make him his favorite dinner, and I don't know. You know what he likes. Good, awesome, Thomas, cool. And I didn't mean you specifically. Sorry, I know I get that way. It's not what I meant. I just mean in general. Most people haven't. I'm getting crap because I'm reading from The Message and the 1599 Geneva Bible, because neither one of those are accepted by the general masses. I don't care. You don't have to accept it to have it be real. And I find The Message a very easy reading version for people to get started on, especially. Go pick up the 1599 Bible and think you're going to understand most of it. You won't. But if you read it alongside something that has modern language and gives you modern day circumstances to understand the lesson, I think it's very helpful. But, apparently that doesn't make me a good Christian. Well, whatever. I don't remember asking anybody to give me a gold star. So I don't have to prove myself. Hey, Angelia. The only person I have to answer to is God. That's my understanding of the situation. Doesn't mean that I don't have to be nice to people. It doesn't mean that I can treat my husband like a piece of dirt and expect it's going to go well. Doesn't mean that a lot of things. But when it all comes down to it, what you think of me is not really all that relevant, And you, I mean general. I don't mean you, Thomas, specific, okay? Sorry, I'm not picking on anybody. I am not picking on people. And I am more than happy to have big, long conversations about what I really mean about anything, because I'm like that, because I'm a Virgo. Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm not anybody. I'm just Ellen that just does what Ellen does, and I have my opinions about things, and they may be wrong 100%. I don't know. It works for me most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not I was raised Catholic. I've read the Bible, multiple Bibles, multiple different sources of religious doctrine. You know who I like talking to? Rabbis. They got some cool stuff to say. And when you ask them a question, they lay it out. Nitty gritty, yucky stuff, all of it. They don't hold back. They tell you the deal. Thank you. I'm not Jewish, but at least when I ask them a question about the Bible, they will talk to me about that. They won't just tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Go say a Hail Mary. I'm going to hell because I kissed a boy when I was 12. Yeah, the Catholic religion was great for me. So why don't they have more people happily following them? Because they're not nice. You can tell people bad stuff and still be nice about it, you know? But yeah, I don't consider this a religion. I consider this entertainment. I consider this a tool, a way to help me get inside my own head, figure out what I'm doing. And, you know, the trouble with reading for yourself is you got too much. You twist it around to hear what you want to hear. That's why I don't like to ask a lot of questions. I like just to give you what this is saying. And then you apply it. You know what's going on with your life. So how does that help you? Hey, Unimagic, welcome in. So yeah, please, I'm not bashing religion. I'm not. I'm really not. I just don't think that it's the end-all, be-all. And I think that, you know, a lot of people that like to throw around the Bible, they don't realize Christ came here to end religion, not to have us start a new one around him. So are we even doing that right, folks? Us Christians? I'm not sure. I'm really not. I don't know. Can't get the answer to that one from anybody, so haven't asked a rabbi that question. No, I have not. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on out there in this crazy world. I just know that this helps me navigate it. It doesn't tell me what to do. It just says, hey, you know what? Things are going to be a little weird for the next couple of months. You might want to slow your roll, you know, or maybe you need to step it up, or, you know, you got to take a better look at your finances because maybe the money's going to slow down. So yeah, you're doing okay now, but in a couple months, there might be a reason that you might want to have that extra $500 in the bank, or, you know, those kind of things. That's what I get from this. I don't ask it every day, should I wear yellow pants or blue pants? Of course, I don't own either one of those, but you know, I'm just saying, I use it more as a tool, a general, and I don't do it daily. I haven't touched tarot cards in months. I'm like, geez, Ellen, you really probably ought to get into it before you start talking to people about it again. So it's not, I don't have a lot of rituals in my life. I have things that have to get done every day because they have to get done every day. But my one ritual that I do is every night at sunset, I light an incense and I ask for, well, what I first say is thank you for today, thank you for tomorrow, thank you for the abundance that flows through my life. And then I ask for peace, love, harmony, health, healing, and protection for all of you, my online community. I ask that for you every night, and others, you know, people in my immediate life, you know, daily life, and, you know, anything specific I'm requesting. But that's my one big ritual. You know, I do my daily devotions. I do that more for you than for me because I feel like people want to hear them, and it's given me some interesting conversations to have. So, but yeah, my thing is be kind, be nice to people. Really not that hard. If you really can't be nice, just shut up and leave them alone. Sometimes leaving them alone is the nicest thing you can do. You know, I mean, I have opinions, and, you know, y'all don't live the way I think y'all should, but that's not your problem. That's my problem. And I'm sure I don't live the way you all think I should live. So, again, that's not my problem. That's your problem. That's it, Thomas. You know, I've never been one of those people that understands this division we all have. I don't really care what color you are. I don't care who you're sleeping with. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care. Are you a nice person? Do you make an attempt to not be miserable every day? You know, do you go out of your way to poke at people? Yeah, you're probably not someone I want to hang out with. You know, I mean, the rest of it's irrelevant. Oh, Lordy. Now I'm going to be the soapbox queen. I don't know. I don't get it. People are nice or they're not. Period. The end. That's how I see it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, literally, if you're not living in my house with me and I have to deal with you 24/7, what you do with your life, it's none of my business. If you're out there hurting people, especially little people, yeah, it's my business. I will definitely cross the street just to come tell you something about it. Or more. I have no problem calling the police or anything else or making your life a living hell just because you deserve it. I'm petty that way. But don't be a jerk and it won't be bad. I mean, a lot of stuff that happens to you, and I'm talking general you population, is because you did something to screw it up. You did it. You know you did it. And you don't want to own up to it. And then guess what? Then your gut starts hurting. That's it, Angelia. It's none of my business. I don't have a problem with gay people, period. I mean, I have multiple gay people in my family and in Doug's family. This is not a thing for me. I don't really care. They're not sleeping with me. It's none of my business. But it's just like I try to say, it's not gay people that are the problem. It's people that want attention that are the problem. And the recent crapola that we've been living with is not about being gay or straight. It's about having fetishes. Those belong in your personal private bedroom, not in my face. Certainly not on the street in front of my 5-year-old. Period. I don't care what you do. For all I know, Randy's got a pole and things in her bedroom. That ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? None of my business. Unless she's inviting me over to join her. At which point, it becomes my business and I can make a choice. FYI, thank you, Randy, but I'm not interested. Yeah, I come from a family of pot stirrers, shall we say. And, that's like their only joy is picking apart other people's lives. And it's like, I just want to get like a big floor-length mirror and put it in their face. Yes, Thomas, I agree. Hey, can you all give me a minute? I have to go feed my donkeys, and I'm really enjoying talking to you. I don't want to leave, but would it be okay if I go out and feed the donkeys? I need like 5 minutes. Is that okay? I guess I'll find out if anybody's here when I get back. I'll let you look at my parrots while I'm gone. Oop. There's Puppet. And Woodstock, I'm sure. Yeah, right down there. All right. Okay, I'm going to feed the horses too, so give me a couple minutes. I won't even mute you. If they scream at you, sorry, but I'll let you listen to them. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. All right, Hannah, we gotta do donkey time. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, you're like, you don't care. I feed the dog after I come back in, so she's excited because she knows it's lunchtime too. Be right back. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was a donkey. Okay, we're back. Need the dog. I'll be right with you. All right, Hannah, your turn. Your turn. I know. Why don't you get so excited? All right, go sit. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Whew. All right. Let's see if I can turn the camera back around. See who's still here. All right. Try not to knock anything over. Hi, everybody. Here's my shirt. Oh, let's see if I can get it right. My level of sarcasm depends on your level of stupidity. I thought it was appropriate for today. I thought I might get some crap. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate it. Whew. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, luckily, they're just right out my back door. I don't think I was gone too long. I tried to hurry. Whew. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Hanging out, being a bum, reading tarot cards, and, getting up on my soapbox. Because why not? Someone ought to do it, right? And being a Virgo that's always right, of course y'all need to listen to me. No, honey, we got dirt. And actually, donkeys aren't grazers. It's really bad for them. Donkeys get fat really, really easy because their stomachs are more like a camel than a horse. Like alfalfa is really, really bad for donkeys, and it gives them fat pockets, which we didn't know. And we learned the hard way when we got our baby donkey and we were giving him an alfalfa mix. And she's got fat pockets, so we have to work on her diet. But no, they don't graze. Donkeys eat like really crappy, low protein food. High protein, that has alfalfa has a lot of protein in it. What do I know? It's grass, right? I don't know. Well, guess what? Don't feed alfalfa to donkeys. And so we have them on a meadow mix, and they're each about 600 pounds. So I feed out about 30 pounds of hay a day between the four of them. And the donkeys split one flake, which is about 3 pounds, 3 times a day. So then the horses each get their own flake because they're about 1,000 pounds each. They're big boys. They're about 7 feet tall. My Tennessee Walkers that I got from my friend. She passed away. She had brain cancer. And before she passed, she asked if I would take in her horse because her husband wouldn't be able to handle both of them. And I said, of course I would. And then she passed, and he wasn't ready to give him up. And I said, whenever, she asked, and if you're okay with it, I'm perfectly fine. So after about a year, his cancer came back, and he was no longer able to do the physical taking care of them. And he asked if I would take both of the horses. And I was actually more happy to do that because horses, they like to stay with their buddies. And those boys have been together since, I don't know, they were 3 or something. And now they're in their 20s. So that's how I got the horses. they hang out here. They're cool dudes. They're really cool. Mr. Chopper, he's my big red guy. He puts his head down for me so I can put his fly mask on. Because Jess, my friend, she's even shorter than me. I'm 5'4". She was only 5'2". So she taught him to put her head down so she could reach him to put his stuff on. So he does it for me. I love it. So that's my horse story. Yes, ma'am. It's not our fault. We're just born that way. Virgos just know things. They just do. You know. Yeah, we got the donkey. That was the first one. We moved here in August, which, FYI, don't move to Arizona in August, especially if you're from the East Coast, because, wow, we thought we moved to an oven. And then let's see, it was February. It was Valentine's Day. I was washing dishes at the kitchen sink, and we'd finally gotten used to having cows, roaming in our backyard. And I look out, and there's these giant ears sticking up in my kitchen window. I'm like, that is not a cow. So I go and look, and there's a donkey in my backyard. I'm like, where did, a donkey come from? And she's not a wild burro, which they do have here, but they're smaller. She's a standard donkey. She's 4 feet at an Aquarius. Aquariuses are funny people. And I mean funny in kind of the weird funny way. Not your fault, just the way you're born. So anyway, and she's spotted, and the wild burros here are brown, black, gray, basic with white ear fuzz and that kind of stuff. There aren't too many multicolored donkeys out here. So we spent a month trying to figure out what the deal was. And what we ended up finding out was that someone was in some trouble and they moved out of their house in the middle of the night and turned her loose. And she'd been roaming around in the desert. Yes, Thomas, it's a donkey. And he bites. And we spent a lot of time getting in touch with the police, the local animal authority, BLM, which is the Bureau of Land Management, the Cattle Ranchers Association, and other interesting authority people, because out here in Arizona, cattle rustling is literally still a hanging offense. It's still on the books. So you're like, you can't go around stealing people's animals, even though she's not cattle, She falls under that. And we finally found out what happened, and we were given permission to catch her and keep her. And so we set up a little trap, and I actually had a cooler full of water, and I didn't have, donkey food. So we were putting out things like Apple Jacks and carrots and stuff. And then on St. Patrick's Day, we caught her. So she is my little, she's my little unicorn. She showed up on Valentine's Day, and we caught her on St. Patrick's Day. And ever since we caught her, we've had rainbows, like endless rainbows. And Gypsy is such a cool donkey. Her name was Patches, but, no. Her name's Gypsy. And she's just beautiful. And she is like, I call her my unicorn. I mean, when my friend died, I went out and I just started bawling. And she just comes right up to me and just snuggles into me. And, it was just awesome. And Gypsy's been she was not trained nicely. We learned that when we pulled the hose the first time to give her water, and she took off running because apparently she'd been beat with things like hoses and ropes and stuff. So it took us a while to gain her trust. But, she was very nervous of new things. And I had another friend here who also passed. And she'd gotten where she needed a walker. And she really wanted to see the donkey. She loved donkeys. And I said, come on over and we'll see how she does. She may be, really scared of your walker. Well, Miss Gypsy, who, as I said, was scared of everything, As soon as she got out of the car and came to the fence, Gypsy came right up and just nuzzled that woman. I mean, she's like a little empath. She is just so, you know. Then we found out donkeys really don't like living alone, and we had no outside pets. I'm living in New England. I said, no, that's a lot of work with the ice, and no, not doing it. So this was our very first outdoor pet, and we found out they really need friends. So we ended up getting Willow, who's the little one that we made fat by feeding her the wrong food when we first got her. So, and she's a pest. I swear I could run dental floss around the fence post out there, and Gypsy would just stay. Willow, she broke the barn door again the other day. 2 days ago, I think it was. I got up really early because the power kept going off and on and waking me up. I finally gave up around 2:30. Doug went to work around 4:30 that day. I said, you know what? I'm going to go outside, have my first cup of coffee, watch the sunrise. I opened the door. There's 2 donkeys in the backyard because she broke the darn barn door, and I had to go catch them, put them back in, and then I got a big board and nailed it shut. So I did all that before coffee. So yeah, they're fun, but they're a lot of work. It's like kids, you know, it's like living with perpetual toddlers. So anywho, now y'all know a little bit more about me and my crazy life, which I'm happy to share. I just don't want to, you know, bore you. But yeah, I do, I put up critter videos, again, on my other channel, Ellen of Petrichor Ranch, and that is in the links below. I gotta go grab a soda, folks. I am very thirsty. I think I inhaled hay dust. New hay we got is not good. We're gonna get rain. That's good. We need rain. We've been very lucky this year with the lack of fires, which is, whoa. Yeah, knock on wood, because, yeah, we've been lucky. A lot of fires around us, but they have not been in our area, so. The big Grand Canyon fire, that, boy, we had sore throats and runny noses for about 3 weeks because of that, because I don't even know if it's out yet. I don't even know. Hey, Thomas, thanks for popping in. Come on back. Like I said, I'm going to do this probably like once a month. Beginning of the month, because I have a lot of other shows going on. But by all means, anytime you have questions. And Friday, Ellen of Petrichor Ranch. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Come on over. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Yeah, so if anybody's interested, I'm doing free readings today. Just little basic general energy readings for the rest of the year. See what's going on. Yeah, it's been nice to have you. You get a reading next time. And yeah, it's not everybody heard, but yeah, I'm going to be doing some sales here. I just didn't get my inventory. It hasn't come yet, so I ordered stuff. I'm not going to be selling my jewelry and stuff like I do over on Desert Rose. That's why I changed the name. It's Ellen's Enchanted Emporium, because we have the Desert Rose Beads and Baubles Boutique. And that's where I sell my jewelry and other things. But this is just, tarot, oracle, numerology, astrology, that kind of stuff. But I will be getting in some things that I can sell that you guys might be interested in. And if you have an interest in something, let me know. If I can get it, I will. I'm not sourcing per se. I'm not going to open up 6 different wholesale accounts but I plan to carry a small amount of inventory. Like I said, I'll probably sell off some of my tarot and oracle decks because they came in the mail. I didn't choose them. They may not be things that work for me, but you may like them. And I don't really need 100 decks. But I do like getting them, and I have gotten some really cool ones. And as I go along with this, I'll start yanking them out, and I'll let you guys choose what kind of deck you like. I have a Raven deck. I have the light Teracle. All right, let's try this again. Let's put the glasses on so I can read all the letters. I could do that, girlfriend. Transient Light Tarot. Oh, the Wild and Unknown. I got to get that one in. I got to get into that one. I have the Tarot, Oracle, and another part that goes with that one. I have a cat one. I don't use the cat one. I have a Mushroom Oracle. I have the Prism Oracle. I have a lot of oracles. I like my oracle decks. But tarot is tarot. Some are better than others, but, you know, tarot has got a pretty basic structure to it. All right, girlfriend. Clear my space. Oh, I got hay in my hair. All right. Scooch everybody out of my way. I need a bigger table. I want to do it up here on my counter. I just, when I get into bigger spreads, I'm going to have to move the camera and work on a bigger surface. All right, I'm going to need that. Thank you. Here we go. All right. Going in the right direction. All right, hang on. These are pretty new, so let me make sure I get them all spread apart so I can shuffle them good. Like I said, I don't do love readings in general. But I got a cute little love deck, and I don't mind doing this kind of a reading with them. And I'm not getting into all your business. There's plenty of other tarot readers that'll do that. Some of them do exclusive love readings. That's just not my thing. Ooh, we got big thunder going. All right. Regina headed in the right direction. What do we think about that? Like that bend. All right, try again. Uh-oh. I'd say no. Let's see what it says. Here we go. This flag is a warning. Think back and take note of the ill omens or toxic behavior you have already seen. Tread carefully. I'm saying some adjustments are required, girlfriend. Yeah. Snuggling with the donkeys and the horses and feeding them and getting covered in hay and pokies. Yep. Reassess. Back it up. Try again. Something's not working. You been being mean to him like Randy? Yeah, you know. I haven't been looking at my star charts lately, and I know stuff's going on. But I will say from personal experience, I think a lot of relationships need a little bit of finessing right now, let's say. I think we're all tired. I think that, you know, it's okay for one of you to be tired in the relationship because the other one can pick up the slack. But when you're both tired, yeah. You know. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is it says, yep, reassess. whatever is the bad thing will happen, has not yet happened, therefore you can head it off. Thus the red flag. Caution. Stop. Yeah, that's a funny little deck, that one. But yeah, one thing I definitely want y'all to practice today. Be grateful. Find at least one thing that you can literally, heartfelt grateful, that you can know that that's how you feel, and carry that with you today. If you need a donkey hug, come on over. Get you in a little donkey sandwich. That's the best thing when, you're standing there and they just squish you between them. Oh, it's awesome. Yep, we can do a deeper reading, but not today. But definitely, that's what it's all about. Just gives you somewhere to start, And I'm sorry, but no, paper cards are not going to give you all the answers, but they do give you thinking points. They give you starting points to improve whatever it is you need to improve. Because we all need to improve something. Just confirmation from the universe. Yep, this is probably the way you should head. See how that works out. Give it a try, And again, who was it? Who said it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Was that, one of the famous psychiatrists? Maybe Einstein from, doing experiments. I don't know. But I know that's a famous saying, and it makes a lot of sense. And, a lot of times we're just scared to try new things. We know our old behaviors. We know if I do A, then B and C is going to happen. But what happens if you do D? I don't know. Try it. Don't try it if it's going to cost you a lot of money or hurt somebody. But, give it a shot. See if, it doesn't actually take you on some path that you didn't think you could go on, or that you never even knew existed, or I don't know. If you don't try stuff, you don't know if you like it. Just like the kids, take one bite, see if you like it. So, if we really applied a lot of our parenting to ourselves, we might do better. Yeah, Miss Regina, I think you just need some rest, girlfriend. You were just like headlong, you're like me. Hey, I got these ideas, let's do them. Of course, I don't know that for a fact. For all I know, you've been working for 6 years to get to where you're at right now. But from, my perspective, you showed up on the scene right about the time I showed up on the scene. And you are like Miss Superstar, and you're out there on Johnny's, and you are taking off, and you deserve it. You are bringing the goods, and I don't just mean the stuff you're selling. I mean, I don't want to say professional, because I don't really know that that's even a good thing. But you're fun to watch. You're entertaining. I enjoy when you're on. I really do. Hey, good for you, girlfriend. I wish I could be that way. I am not. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I've gotten better, being the person I am. I used to like to have the day planned out from morning to night, and and then like halfway through, some monkey wrench gets thrown in, and you are just like, your whole day goes to crap because, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. It took me years to learn that it's not always how you think it should be. And sometimes taking a little detour is really works out better, you know, and you got to trust the process, which I'm not good at that. I like to know what's going to happen. I'm not a big surprise person. I don't want a surprise party. I don't mind surprising other people. I don't want anyone surprising me. Yeah. It's a hard lesson, though. It is. Doug is struggling with that. I mean, I personally would have moved here years before we did, but Doug couldn't. His parents were baby boomers, and well, even they were like war generation people. They had Depression era mentalities, and when you grow up with that, that's what you learn. You have to save and you have to scrimp, and you can't have the extra fun thing because it costs $10 more. And then he got this weird concept of money, and he needs money. And we're not rich. We've never been rich. We're never going to be rich. But it really holds him back and makes him an unhappy. He feels like he's not succeeding, or I don't really know. I don't have all the right words, but it doesn't make him happy. So, and me, I grew up not wealthy. I know the value of duct tape and WD-40. I never had the Nikes. I had the sneakers from the grocery store, and guess what? I made it just fine, and it didn't really matter what my shoes said, even though I thought it did back in the day. It didn't. And you learn what's important and what isn't important. The tricky part is to not allow what society thinks is important and isn't important to influence how you choose to live. Yeah, he's getting, he's almost ready to retire 2 more years, and he can. He would like to have done it 5 years ago because he's really tired of working. But, every time he thinks about it, he gets all, oh my God, we won't have any money. We won't have any money. I'm sure you all have been there, done that with yourselves or someone in your family. It's a weird deal. I mean, we've never been there before. We've never retired before. We don't really know what to expect. And for him, the unknown is pretty scary. I'm better with that, even though I plan, but I think it's because I plan and I think of all the horrible things that could go wrong. But I also think of all the good things that could happen. And I'm learning to risk it for the good and hope the bad doesn't happen and do my best to avoid the pitfalls. But accept the fact that there will be pitfalls no matter what. Exactly. He's getting there. I mean, it took him... It's only been the past couple of years I've even been able to discuss any of this with him. It was just foreign language. He didn't get tarot at all. And I finally got him his own deck in a very easy to read, easy to follow along book. And I helped him understand it and showed him how I do it. And we watch other people, and he's getting into it. But it's more about the esoteric ideas than it is the actual doing tarot or anything. He's been listening to Abraham Hicks and some of those types of videos, but again, he didn't grow up in a household where your feelings were even considered, never mind weird thoughts. So and then he was in the army, oh boy, they're very busy about breaking you down and brainwashing you to think just what they need you to think. So, he had a lot to overcome from, growing up. Yeah. See, I've always, I didn't have the words, and I'm not a big fan of a lot of the language that's used around tarot and stuff, but I've always been an energy person. I've never studied Reiki. I probably would be good at it. And Reiki has its own little issues, But I think for him it's a lot more of accepting himself and realizing that everybody's weird. And, You don't have to agree with what everybody else in the world said. You don't. You just don't. And I truly believe we do create our own reality. And that doesn't mean that, I just magically think of things and the whole planet changes. No, but my personal experience, I can control a lot of that. And so can you. You just have to stop allowing all this crap to influence your thought process. It's just a lot of crap out there. And, my big thing is control and power. Greed, 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 greed. I got a problem with greed, in case you didn't understand. My conversation with God will be, can you take greed out of the DNA? When there is no greed in the equation, 99% of the world problems go away. I'll go with that one, Randy. Yeah, I believe that had I been around people that knew anything about any of this, I probably could do like telekinesis and stuff, honestly. I stopped looking into any of that when I was in college because I don't even know if I want to say this out loud. When people piss me off, that's when I can have powers, you want to call them? I don't know what you want to call them. And that's not good. That's not where those kind of energies should be used from. So I stopped even thinking about it. But, like I've made people do things like trip on the stairs because, they piss me off, that kind of stuff. So I don't do that. I don't do that no more. I literally stopped in college because I needed someone to guide me and teach me how to work it properly. And then, I got married and I had kids and went on with my life and didn't do any of it. And I, did the tarot here and there periodically, personally, privately, with a few friends, nothing like this, But yeah, I know I have things I don't know how to use and I don't understand them and I don't know who to talk to about it, and I'm not really all that worried about it. But I'm, mature enough now to not care if people really can't handle it, and so I'm just doing this. But I know, I've been called a teacher and a healer and an energy worker since I was little, so it is what it is, and I don't think it's bad, and I try to use it for good. Like I said, when I realized that, and I was drunk when that happened. So I stopped doing that. I don't do that no more. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm tapped into the energies of the universe, whatever that means. I like the moon and the stars, and me with my Irish see-through skin, and the sun and I don't get along so well. So I'm a night girl, and you go out at night, things are a little different than they are during the day, and I see things differently. I just see the world differently than a lot of people do. And I still have hay in my hair. So anywho, that's what I'm up to, and I'll be back again. I'll be happy to give anyone else a reading if they're interested, but if not, I've been on here a couple hours, so I'm probably going to head off. Cool. You see, and here's my deal, like that movie. If you build it, they will come. Just like when I started doing my daily devotionals, I lost about 25 subs, like within a week, as soon as I started doing that. But you know what? I am weeding out the people that are not serving me. And hopefully the people that need me for whatever they need me for, they're going to find me. So I'm just going to keep showing up. That's my plan. And I found some really cool, can you believe Deborah? Can you believe that woman hiding all that from us? See, these are the people I'm finding. I'm just like, oh my God. And I think I have a really deep connection with animals, which is why I have so many. I don't talk to animals, I mean, there's people that do that. I actually signed up for a class and then I didn't go do it, but yeah, I intuitively feel things that people need and I try to give it to them. And it makes me happy when I get it right, And, hopefully people will figure it out. Thomas came in and talked. That was cool. Yeah, I know. I know. I feel her. I do. I feel her when she's on. I feel her. I want to hug her. I want to hug her so bad. I'm not gonna help, but I want to. Yeah, and I've met a lot of people, and then I attract people like that. And I'm not saying she, was attracted to me. I'm just saying, throughout my life, I've never been a clique girl. I've always had friends from all the cliques, and they come to me, like people I didn't even know would come and talk to me and tell me like intimate details, like about things that, and I may never actually have another conversation with them again. But this is just who I am. Apparently, it's why I'm here. I don't know. I enjoy it most of the time. Yeah, psychic and empathic. Yeah. Like I tell people, I know things. I can't give you a book and tell you this is how I learn. I just know it. I was born knowing it. I don't know. I've always been called an old soul. Always. Literally since birth. I don't know. I just know stuff. I don't know. Oh boy, have we got a pouring rainstorm going on. Now I feel bad. Well, they've been eating for a while. They're probably close to done. They can go hide in their shelter. Illogical Virgo, yeah. I am Earth. I am Virgo with a Taurus moon and Taurus rising. So I am grounded beyond belief. I literally don't have any water in my chart. I have no water, which is, people don't have that. I don't have water in my chart. I have weird, really, really weird stuff. And even though my birthday is the 22nd, which is the last day of Virgo, I'm not a cusp. I was born solidly in Virgo. And I've done my star charts and things, and it's they don't look like any other Virgo star chart I've done. It's a very interesting. So, yeah, I'm just one of those people with the crescent moon and the M and the half moons and I got all the weird stuff. It's like really rare, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing something. I don't know. Oh, you got the Scorpion, yeah. Wow, it is pouring. I haven't seen rain like this in a year. I know, y'all think I'm crazy, but that is weird living here. I mean, New England, rains on the regular. Here, it does not. I like it. Cleansing rain. That's how it feels to me today. Cleansing. I am looking forward to, I don't know what, something. Something is coming. Something is going to happen. I feel it. I don't know what it is. I'm just waiting. I know. I do know. And I'm the cold-hearted bitch. I don't care. No, I do. I'm just telling you that you can be as emotional as you want, but if you don't take care of business, ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing good. It's not gonna get fixed. As much as it sucks, I don't have a magic wand, and it's called roll up your sleeve, put in the elbow grease, and get it done. And when you do that, when it really counts. And if it really doesn't count and you're still whining about it and not fixing it, you probably shouldn't be doing it anyway. And so move on and find something else to do. I don't know. That's my opinion. Because, that counts for a lot. So, yeah, I'm just a weirdo. I don't know. I've been wearing my tinfoil hat since birth, and I'm apt to believe almost any fringe story, and I don't believe it's 100%, but most of what the weird stuff that we talk about, it comes from somewhere. This stuff doesn't, tarot. How long has tarot been around? Before tarot, it was what? Tea leaves, actual tea leaves, right? And bones and stones that they would roll, and the I Ching. And, I believe in the old stuff. Anything that's managed to stand through history, even through witch burning, and I mean, the things that people have done to people that do this, divination. And here we still are. So I don't think it's really that bad a deal. But again, I'm not doing voodoo. I'm not doing spells. I'm just telling you the energies around you. I don't know what other people do, but I just don't see the problem here. And I think that a lot of the people that have problems with it is because they don't really like self-reflection, and they don't really like putting in the work that's required to make things better. We all want the app, right? There's an app for that, right? There probably is. I understand you can get online girlfriends, AI girlfriends now, and boyfriends, I suppose. Sorry, that was annoying. So, guys, I really appreciate, I can't believe it, I've been on here 3 hours, oh my goodness. But I really appreciate y'all coming, and I hope I'll get to see you again sometime soon. And by all means, please do check out my my schedule. Like I said, I've got a lot of new shows coming up. I've got a multi-seller show coming up on the 14th. And that'll start at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a nighttime show. Cross-country road trip. And, I know. No one, the box, man. Get out of the damn box. I'd live in a glass house if I could. Because I don't like walls. I really don't like walls. I don't like neighbors either, but, And what else am I doing? What is today's Thursday? So tomorrow I'm going to be doing Let's Chat Live over on Petrichor Ranch. And and then no, I'm not doing Mondays anymore. See, I'm still trying to get used to my own new schedule. I don't know what I'm up to. But I did write it all down, and you can go see it on my post tab. And I will keep updating that. Oh, and I don't know if anybody noticed or not, but I recently changed my thumbnail for the Sunday Drive. Steven from Sugar Vision is going to join us. I'm so excited. I'm in love with Steven, just so you know. And Doug knows. He's in love with him too, so it's okay. And Steven lives in Vegas, and Steven sells the most amazing sterling silver items and other fantastic things. Yeah, hey, I'm thrilled you popped in. I know, I didn't really advertise this because I've been busy working on the other ones, and, I wasn't, like I said, super prepared to be here today, but here I am. I'm showing up and I'm doing it, so. All right, I'm going to pull one last card. And this will be an oracle card. We are going to see how the rest of this day is going to go for all of us. How's that? What should we all be paying attention to for the rest of the day? Let me know, let me know. Yep. Poised. All right, let's look up poised. It's number 48. 8 and 4 is 12, so that's a number 3, in case anybody's into the numbers. 48. Yep. Being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge. You sense a new phase of your life is about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. Here you go. Yes, Randy. Stephen's gonna come play with me. I'm so excited. I may just let him have the whole show. No, I'm kidding. There you go, guys. Now you know. It's what I've been saying. Now is a good time to get started on those projects you've been putting off. Now is a good time to make your plans. Get it together. Let's finish out this year in a really good manner. Even if you haven't met your goals, make sure you're on the path to get where you need to be so you can be poised and ready to go. Yep. See? I think I do okay with it, Randy. I think I do. You guys would, you'll tell me if I'm screwing it up, but I think I do okay with the cards, honestly. Yeah, I'm afraid so, girlfriend. I'm afraid so. I have to go through all my inventory that I have been collecting since I started, other than the beat store inventory, which I had pretty much in hand, and get that all together so I can start showing some new stuff and that kind of thing. I was trying to go through my old inventory first, and but yeah, there's a lot of butt getting in gear that's needed by a lot of us right now, I'm afraid. And like I said, we're all tired. It's been a lot the past couple years, and this summer has really been nothing horrible bad, but it just seems like never ending. You just got to keep moving. You don't get that breathing space. So that's how I see it. So that's why I say, when I'm doing general reading, you got to apply the lesson to your particular situation. But usually there's a lesson in there for everybody. But yeah, awesome sauce. I'm so glad you guys came. Tell your friends. Tell them I'm not. I'm going to say tell them I'm not crazy, but yeah, I'm not sure that's the right word. But tell them I'm not evil, okay? And I'm going to do my best to help you figure it out if something comes up that says you need to work on it. I'll help you figure it out. We'll pull some more cards. We'll talk about it. Whatever needs doing. Alrighty then. I certainly hope everybody dropped a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it because I need them. I need them bad. I need watch hours too. So if anyone's bored, well, thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. I can be snarky, but I'm not evil, guys. I'm not. I don't have an evil bone in my body. But I'm not a big sugarcoater either. So I'll tell you like it is. I mean, I don't twist the cards around. They are what they are, and you need to hear what the message is. So they aren't all roses, Yeah, I'm sassy, all right. Yeah. My nickname in high school was Dragon Lady because I don't take no crap. Awesome. Well, I'm glad. I'm very glad. And I'm hoping more will show up because I do enjoy doing the readings. I really do. And like I said, I was just doing, just hi, here I am. Come on in and, I'm going to start doing this kind of show today. But I'll start doing more readings. And, I also said, I just wasn't, I haven't been doing cards. I'm good now, Randy. I'm good. I promise, I'm good. And I don't have any stairs in my house, so come visit me. It's a ranch on a slab, you'll be all right. Oh, yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'd be good at Reiki, but I don't know. I'm not liking what I hear about Reiki teachers, so I'll just do my own thing. Make it up as I go along. All right, guys. You stay poised, huh? You stay poised. And if you need it, they sell those at the store too, just to help you out. We're all old. We know. It's okay. All right, guys. I don't know what's going to happen when I hit end stream. It may or may not play an outro. We'll see how it all goes. Yeah, there's different energy workers. Yeah. I think I'd like to work with hot stones. Wouldn't that be cool? I'd like someone to work on me with hot stones, really. I need a massage. Oh, funny. All right, so we'll see how this all goes. But before I hit the button, as always, sending much peace, love, and harmony from Petrichor Ranch in Arizona. Be grateful. Be grateful. Find a reason to smile. Get some sun. Big hugs. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate you.